Okay, so we'll wait. So welcome to tonight's show. You're Tom, Brian and Stephen. This is NRL from the Sidelines. And as we do every time this week, we are going to go through the round of NRL that's just been played.
I thought you said Tom, Brian and Steve.
I did.
Where is he?
Who? Tom.
Tom. The one who's missing.
Were we supposed to wait for him?
No, let's keep going without him.
All right, yeah. Tom, no, I think I know what the problem. Tom was sick a couple of weeks ago, and I think he still is.
Yeah, sick in the spine.
No.
Oh, physically sick.
Physically sick. He has what's technically known as man flu, and he's not well.
Poor Tom.
You don't say that with any sincerity.
No, none at all.
None at all. Okay. Tom, we wish you the best, and we hope you are well.
I'll get well soon, Tom.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't even watch this.
Yeah, he won't.
Okay. So we've just had a round of NRL, but before that was State of Origin. Now, we won't spend too much time on it because it's all been done. Everyone's talked about it and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So, but you wanted to say something about State of Origin.
I did. I want to say something about the selection process.
Okay.
Can you believe it?
No.
So...
Not from you, no.
No. Well, look, I'm a bit disturbed at some of the players that were selected, and I think New South Wales were dominated in the forwards.
Yes, they were.
We didn't have a lot of aggression.
No, we didn't.
In my State of Origin team, I had the Manly back rower Olakau'atu, and your back rower,
and
Kilamatangi or whatever.
We know
Kilamatangi, right?
Keon.
So, Greg Alexander was asked. So, is Olakau'atu a chance now? To which he replied, no. Because, you ready for this? We rate players since the start of the season, and he's only been good for the last 4 or 5 weeks. So apparently had a slow start, had a elbow injury and stuff and was then suspended. So what he's saying is the current in-form back rower in the game isn't good enough to play for New South Wales because his form 8 weeks ago wasn't any good because he was suspended. But Latrell Mitchell was going to come back this weekend, and if he has one good game this year, he's in.
Inconsistent. Yes, it is. But you could argue that Latrell Mitchell at least has history with the team.
Yep, I agree.
But I've got to tell you, I could go through that New South Wales team and find a whole bunch of people who were picked in it who really haven't been playing that well, but was still picked anyway. And we could talk about Sims, we could talk about Regan Campbell-Gillard, talk about a whole bunch of people who were in it and we believe shouldn't have been.
So I just want to put this plea out to Fittler and Alexander because I just want the Blues to win. Look, Blues all the way. I don't understand. These players are going to perform, and the ones that have done the job, you've got Addo Carr, Jake Trbojevic are the two big standouts who have been in good form, not brilliant, good form, add so much to the team. Just pick the blokes, will you? All right, now that I've said that, I've had my whinge. Let's go.
You've had your whinge, you moved on?
Yep, moved on.
It was a sad loss. Honestly, I know,
and I mean, it could have gone either way.
Okay, that's your pet peeve. No, here's mine.
All right.
Here's mine.
Yep.
The team that comes after a loss and says, we just didn't have our heads on. We just weren't in the game.
Did they say that?
Well, yes, they're saying that,
man.
They just weren't in the game. Come on.
You know what annoyed me? The fact that they kept saying, Queensland slowed down the ruck. Yeah, after 70 minutes, they started to slow down because they were exhausted from winning. All right,
let's go on to last weekend. It started on Friday night because of State of Origin, where North Queensland 31 beat St George Illawarra 12.
Wow. This was a good game.
It was a good game, actually.
I actually really enjoyed this game despite the loss to the Dragons. Zach Lomax, this was his State of Origin audition. He could have done it. Yeah. He was terrible.
The guy is an absolute superstar if he can get the silly stuff out of his game.
Yep, agree.
And the silly stuff is no look passes and
he tries to niggle.
I think he tries to put in flair when he doesn't need to. He just needs to play the game properly.
Yep.
And honestly, I think he's a superstar. I think he's got so much skill.
Yep, agree.
And you know what? The Dragons were in this up until I think towards the end it started to run away from them. But
even a couple of tries down, I thought they were in it. And the Cowboys keep winning. That's it. They keep winning. They keep rolling on.
Although they've had a few injuries, some out of this game, so we'll talk about that later. But yeah,
absolutely,
it's interesting. So let's go on to Seabus Super Stadium, where South Sydney Rabbitohs 30 defeated the Gold Coast Titans 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
You know, at half time, I was thinking, when is Cody Walker going to click?
Yeah.
When are the Bunnies going to win this? And then he did, and they did. I mean, the Titans were just spectacular. And I'm not taking anything away from South. The Titans were spectacularly unimpressive.
They were quite poor.
Except for Tino, who just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes.
Yeah, the guy is, again, another superstar. And if you had a pack of forwards who would follow him and do the same as he does, honestly, they could be world beaters. They really could. Alex Johnson became the what is it? He's number 15 in all time in tries.
Yep. Number 1 at Souths.
Number 1 at Souths.
Man, and you guys nearly didn't sign him. Wow.
Well, no.
No. You didn't want him. You didn't want him.
It's not that we didn't want him. It's just that this has helped to spur him on a little bit.
Spur him on? Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Oh, dear.
No, Souths were good in the second half.
They were. And Souths have to learn the game goes for 80 minutes.
Yep.
And they have to play that full 80 minutes. What are you thinking of Nikorima as fullback?
I think he needs to be in the team. I think he's probably a bit small for a 14. So I really like what Dylan Walker has done for the 14 role.
Yep.
And Dylan Walker can play centre, 5'8", at a pinch fullback.
Yep.
But really, he plays like a roaming lock role when he comes on. I think that would be something like a really good role for Nikorima. Put on a little bit of weight, and because he's so skillful.
He is.
I just don't know whether he's a fullback.
Well, once Latrell Mitchell's back, he won't be. That's obvious. So
yeah.
All right, let's go on to Sydney Cricket Ground, where the Melbourne Storm 26 beat the Roosters 18.
This was a good game.
This was a good game. Can we talk about the Kafusi tackle?
We're not allowed to talk about the Kafusi tackle.
Why not?
We could get sued.
By who?
Kafusi.
Okay. Then we won't talk about the Kafusi tackle because I have empty pockets.
Right.
So
we will just say that the match review committee
made a decision.
Yeah, they charged him and then he fought the decision and it was overturned. And we won't talk about it again. Even though it may quite possibly, I think, have ended Luke Keary's career.
No, it wasn't
Keary. He didn't hit Keary, sorry. Yeah, that Keary was a different hit.
Yeah, no, that was...
Yeah, sorry, my apologies. Yeah,
but
Sam Walker.
Let's talk about Keary.
Oh, okay.
That concussion he took on the field...
Yep.
I mean, he had... Last year, he was off for quite a while because of concussions. Is his career starting to come to an end?
You know, I nearly agree with James Graham on the concussion. Nearly. That if you are a first grade rugby league player, you have a unique opportunity and your life as a player is short and you take the risks that come with that.
Yep.
But at some point, there's got to be some kind of duty of care from the club and the game towards players. So well, Luke Keary right now is saying, yeah, no problem. I can keep playing. I can keep going.
Yeah.
But, mate, long term, it's just football.
Yeah, I know. I agree. But you know what? I mean, I hate the fact I have to say something nice about the Roosters, but they do have a reputation of looking after their players. Yeah. You know, Jake Friend, Boyd Cordner, again, Keary last year, where they have put the player first above the team.
Yep.
And you've got to respect that. And if that's the way it's going, but I don't know that the decision will actually be Keary's. I think it'll be the club's. But it does open the door for Cameron Munster to join the Roosters. Just sort of throw that one in for you.
And Payne Haas.
Oh, well, that's obvious.
That's a given.
Well, Souths have just taken a Rooster.
Yeah.
In feeder. Yeah, so now they can fit
you've taken a junior back off them.
Yes.
Who's played 19 games and has a bit of potential.
And probably paid $200,000.
Well, at the Roosters, it's probably more.
But
they're about to get Payne Haas. this young bloke who plays, for the Broncos.
It's a sensible swap. Financially, it's almost exactly the same. And Keary must be being paid more.
Can I just say, all those Roosters supporters out there are going to hate us for that?
I know.
Yeah, we've heard it before.
I know.
Yeah, it's so true. That's why.
I can actually... Tom, I can feel you rolling your eyes right now, okay? All right, Suncorp Stadium, where the Broncos 24 beat the Raiders 18. This was actually a good game. I thought this was an excellent game.
Yeah, look, can I just say the Broncos are surprising me?
Yes, me too.
And it's not only Adam Reynolds. The whole team has lifted around.
Well, Adam didn't even play.
He didn't?
I don't think Adam played this game, did he?
Really?
No,
so those 3 goals that he kicked were someone else? Me?
Oh no, that's right. He's out this weekend.
Yeah, he's injured his ribs.
That's right. Yes.
I know Adam Reynolds was a marquee signing. Just talking about that young bloke for a while.
That's right. Yeah.
But he's been out with COVID, sore leg, ribs, shoulder. I was like, I know for a young bloke, geez, he's not played a lot of games.
No, I know, and his body's wearing down very quickly.
So yeah, look, I think the most impressive thing about that was the fact that Adam Reynolds was injured, Payne Haas was injured, Herbie Farnsworth came off with a pec, so he's out as well. They showed up.
They just kept turning up.
This is the Broncos of 10 years ago, not the Broncos of the last 2 or 3 years.
No. And look, I thought the Raiders were good, and in fact, I thought the Raiders were going to get them at the end.
Same.
I picked the Raiders in this one, and I really thought they were going to get them.
They were coming home. Yeah. Unfortunately, not all things work for the Raiders.
No. And sadly, Savage, who I think is an exceptional young talent, had a bit of an average game.
Yeah.
At fullback.
He looks like one of those players that if they make a mistake, they just keep going.
Yeah.
And so I like that, and I think he'll be better for it. But tough game.
So let's go to Campbelltown Sports Stadium. A very close game.
Yeah.
Manly 30 defeated West Tigers 4, and there was a very unsavoury incident in this game.
Oh yes, there was. Let's just say at halftime at 6-4.
Yep. You would have been panicking.
I was a little bit concerned.
Yeah, because I thought the Tigers were playing well.
Yeah, look, I don't think the first half I thought was okay. I don't think either team hit exceptional heights. The second half, the Eagles just played as I've had expected them to play all year. They were throwing the ball around, hard in defence, moving up. They were really, really good. And there was an unsavoury incident in the game that I cannot believe the penalty for.
Too much, too low? Too
little. So the incident, Steve, we're talking about is?
Well, it's the spear tackle on Jake. But, and let me ask the question. Back when Souths were playing Manly and Manly had a player sent off for almost the same tackle, how much time did he get?
I don't know, was it 6 weeks?
I think he got 6 weeks.
6 weeks. And I don't think it was as bad.
No, I don't think so either.
Like, this was a fair dinkum pick up and dump on somebody's head.
Yes, I don't think it was either.
When Cole Lawton tipped the Souths player, he actually landed on his shoulder.
On his shoulder, that's right. He actually came down on an angle.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, he actually came straight down, and you could see Javorific's head bend as he hit the ground. So, I tell you, he's lucky to get 4 weeks.
Man, not only lucky to get 4 weeks, but and I think part of the reason he got 4 weeks is because Jake was interviewed immediately after the game and went, "Nah, he apologised, mate. He didn't. It was all good. He didn't mean to do it." I'm just thinking, dude, you could have been crippled. Like, stop being a nice bloke.
He did get up. He realised as soon as he'd done it.
Oh yeah.
Got up and apologised, all that sort of stuff. But it's such a bad look.
Yeah.
Terrible.
There were a couple of incidents throughout the weekend where I don't understand if the NRL is serious about getting rid of head injuries and attacks, then you just got to go for longer.
Yeah.
So anyway, but great win by the Mighty Eagles.
All right, let's go on to McDonald Jones Stadium. Penrith 42 beat Newcastle Knights 6. And where are the Knights?
Well, they're not last.
Maybe they should be.
Oh, look, the Panthers were good.
I know, the Panthers are always good.
But the Panthers were good. Like, they exploited the left-hand edge of the Knights. Yep. And as soon as there was a chink, it was continual. And they did not stop.
No.
They are a ferocious team. They are just mean, because that was a brutal mauling.
Yeah. I actually expected them to come out at halftime and after halftime, because it was 26-0, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, something like that, yep.
And I thought they'd come out and probably just go to sleep. They didn't. I mean, Newcastle threw a bit at them at the end, but no.
They were...
Honestly, I can't see anyone beating Penrith at the moment.
They're untouchable.
Okay, let's go on to Moreton Daly Stadium, where Cronulla Sharks 38 beat the Warriors 16.
The Warriors put up more of a fight than I thought they would.
Are you saying that with any confidence?
Well, they still lost by 22, so... this could have been anything.
It could have been.
Those Knights wingers and fullback are just sensational.
Yeah.
They just cart the ball back with such ferocity. It's amazing.
Has Sean Johnson, is he on the way out?
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes right now. I mean, when he signed with the Warriors, he said, look, I've made mistakes in the past. I want to go back and, in effect, fix and be a new player, reinvent myself, help the team. Jeez.
He's not.
He's not.
Now, and in all fairness, it's not only... He can't do it all.
No.
He doesn't really have a set of forwards. I mean, Bunty Afoa, I think, is probably their best forward.
Yeah, well, they let Fanoa Blake's injured, Lodge is out. Yeah, I get it that if you're a halfback playing behind a beaten pack, you can't do much. But he was outshone by the young 5'8" who's freely said, I'm giving the game away at the end of the year. It's just, it amazes me. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. All right, and the last game, which was probably the shock of the round, hold it back. The last game on Public Holiday Monday was Canterbury Bulldogs 34, Parramatta 4.
What would you like to say, Steve?
I'm astounded. I'm absolutely astounded that the Dogs could score. And let me tell you, this wasn't lucky.
No, they were good.
There was a try in the Warriors game where Wutani Zelezniak scored, reaching out over the goal.
Yeah.
And everyone's saying try of the year. You know what the try of the year was? The game in this one,
Yep.
where it went through a number of sets of hands and then Burton kicked for Adokar to score.
Oh, yeah.
To me, that was a much better try.
That was a great try.
These guys all of a sudden worked out how to attack. And Parramatta weren't in the game, ever. Even at 16-0 at half-time, I thought, you know what, Parramatta's a good enough team, they can come back. They didn't let them in the game.
Well, I've got a question for you. Because I am too biased. I'm sorry. I realise I'm biased.
You are biased, yes.
Parramatta, are they premiership contenders? They have now lost 2 games to the last place team.
But they have won against Penrith and Melbourne at Penrith and Melbourne's home. I still think they're premiership contenders so long as they can make it. And I think that's their problem. Against the top teams, they perform. Against the bottom teams, they can't. But when you come into the semis, you've actually going to play some of the lesser teams. Lower in the 8.
Right. Okay.
So you're not going to play just
Penrith
Penrith
and
Melbourne all the time.
Yep.
You're going to play whoever makes 7th or 8th or
South.
6th or South. Hey, if you go in against South, you lose.
Yeah. Oh, look, I agree. Look,
so I think they are, but they've got to switch it on.
So this weekend we've had Brett Kamali lose.
Yes.
In his first game as coach.
Yes.
We've had Stacey Jones lose as in his first game as coach.
Yes.
Mick Potter lost last week and turned it around to a 30-point win against premiership contenders.
Yep.
Makes for an interesting reading if you're a head coach.
It does.
So
I guess it also depends on you, but you should pick your team. If you're looking to go into another team, which one do you want to go to?
Oh, indeed.
But I tell you, I was very impressed with the Dogs. I really was, and I thought, I mean, Burton had an incredible game.
He was back.
He was. I lost my game in Supercoach by 20 points, and it was him who did it.
Can I just say, he did it to me last week when I lost my game when somebody captained him and he scored 120 or something.
5 minutes to go. I was 1 point ahead. And yeah, anyway, he killed me. Thank you for whoever it was who beat me. Unfair.
That would be you, Brett.
It was probably.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to do the ladder first?
Yep, sure. In first place, we have the Panthers, 26 points.
Flying high. 1
loss and probably unlikely to lose again this year.
Yeah.
Storm sitting in second on 22. Cowboys, Broncos both on 20. We have the Sharkies and Parramatta on 18. The Bunnies now on their own in 7th place on 16 points.
Sitting pretty.
Remember our bet, because 1 win behind them are the Sea Eagles, the Roosters.
Hang on. 1 win behind them?
1 win
or
behind.
4 points?
1 win. 16-14.
Oh, okay.
Oh, by the way, you've had your bye, haven't you?
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, we haven't had ours, so we're equal.
It doesn't
we're
matter.
actually equal, then, that means.
It actually doesn't matter, because if we win on the bye round, it's irrelevant.
It's equal. Then we have in 11th the Raiders. Then we have the Knights. Somehow the Knights are in 12th spot, even though I think they're playing the worst football I've ever seen. Then Tigers on 8, Warriors on 8, the Bulldogs and the Titans on 6.
All right. So let's talk about next week's round.
Ooh,
so we're up to round 15. So we're already well past halfway.
Yep.
Friday night.
Yep. We have...
Oh, sorry, Thursday night, what I'm saying. Thursday night we have St George and the Rabbitohs down in Wollongong, and we haven't played St George in Wollongong since 2011, I think it is.
I think the Bunnies will win this handsomely.
Handsomely?
Yeah.
I was actually talking to Barry, who we know is a St George supporter, and I told him I think South will just win at 6 to 8 points.
I think it'll be more than that. The thing is, I don't think the Dragons have it to hold them. So I think Souths will just cut loose in the last 10 to 15.
So in it until about halfway, a bit after, and then run away.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I can live with that.
I'm sure you can.
That's fine. That works for me. Okay, Friday night we have the Manly Sea Eagles against the North Queensland Cowboys, and I think you have a problem.
I don't think we do.
You're going to beat them?
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't lost at Brookvale this year, and the players have actually come out and said, when we play at Brookvale, we want to honour the past and we're not going to lose again.
Except you're not playing at Brookvale, you're playing at Four Pines.
Hang on a second, what? They will not lose to the Cowboys.
Wow.
That's my bet of the week. If I was a gambling man, I'd put money on that. Obviously, you're going the Cows.
I'm going the Cows.
Should we tip for Tom as well?
Well, I actually think Tom would go Manly.
Well, I think Tom would go the Bunnies, because deep down he knows that he should be a Bunny supporter.
He's a closet Bunny supporter. Well, we know that. Yeah. We get that.
You think Tom would go Manly?
I think Tom would go Manly. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, in fact, you know what? I think you should put in tips in for him.
I'll do that.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
Let's go on to Amy Park on Friday night as well, where the Melbourne Storm playing the Brisbane Broncos. This will actually be a good game.
No, I don't think the Bronx can do it.
Because of the injuries?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think...
You're right, it'll be a terrible game, and why bother watching?
I think Adam Reynolds... Without Adam Reynolds, without Herbie Farnsworth...
Without Payne Haas...
Oh, Payne Haas still might play, but with 2 busted shoulders. Dude, have a break.
Considering you use your shoulders in the game, yeah, I know.
Yeah, look, I just don't know whether they can do it against the Storm. The Storm just are rolling along at the moment.
Well, most teams work out at the beginning of the season just which games they're comfortable to win and which they probably won't. And I would think the Broncos probably put this down as a loss. So yeah, you probably should rest a few. Wear the loss, and.
Well, there's a lot of angry between these two teams as well.
Yes, I know.
So, I'm on the Storm.
I'm on the Storm as well.
Sally, get on the Storm. If you pick the Broncos this week, Sally, I'm changing your tip. All right.
Let's go on to Coffs International Stadium, where the Cronulla Sharks are playing the Titans. Do you give the Titans any hope?
Nope. Titans to remain in last place. Yep. Sharks to win easily.
Moreton Daly Stadium. Where's Moreton Daly Stadium?
That's the Redcliffe.
Oh, that's a Redcliffe one.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, and Warriors and the Penrith Panthers.
I give the Panthers the Warriors less than 0 chance of winning. If the Panthers don't win this by 40, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I think this could be a bit embarrassing for the Warriors.
You reckon 50?
I reckon it's on the cards.
Ooh.
Well, I think was it Newcastle who beat the Warriors a couple of weeks ago, and then Penrith beat the Newcastle 42 points last week. I think 50's on. I really do.
50's on.
50's on. Oh, and here's a good one. Combank Stadium, where the Parramatta Eels are playing the Sydney Roosters.
This is a flip
I'm
of
waiting
a coin.
for you.
This is a flip of a coin.
Well, I know Tommy's very concerned because Parramatta was so bad last week that this week they're going to get hammered at training.
But the Roosters were really good in a loss to the Storm.
Yes.
I'm going Roosters. You're only as good as your last game.
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
You're only as good as your last. Pick the Roosters. No, come on, Steve.
No, I'll be on the Eels this one.
All right.
I just can't. They'll have no Keary.
Yeah. Well, they might.
No, they won't.
He might pass.
There's no way. Hey, we had Tane Mill had a love tap on his head 2 weeks ago and had to miss a week. There's no way Keary's playing this week.
I don't know.
No way.
I don't know.
And if he does, you'll give the game away. All right. Let's go on to GIO Stadium where the Canberra Raiders are playing the Newcastle Knights.
I've got to just comment on I'll give the game away. Right, okay.
Oh.
The Raiders should win this comfortably. The Knights just aren't offering anything.
No, I think this will be Raiders all the way. I think it'll be cold Sunday afternoon.
It'll be freezing.
I don't think the Newcastle Knights are going to want to run out.
Sunny Newcastle to freezing Canberra.
That's right. Now, this next one will be a good one. Combank Stadium, Bulldogs against the Tigers. New coach against new coach.
I don't know this one either. This is for different reasons though. You know, the Tigers when they're in a game are in a game.
Yep.
Like they just seem to put their heads down if they get a try or two behind. The Bulldogs have the ability to put on 3 quick tries.
Yes.
Will the Tigers let them?
Will it make a difference to you if I told you Adam Dewey was playing this weekend?
Yeah, I know Adam Dewey's playing. I'm picking the Tigers
because you can't see the Dogs doing it twice in a row.
Because I think they can't be better than they were against Parramatta, and I think Brett Kamali is offering something as coach. That's all. And I think the players are going to want to show up for that.
Interesting.
You're going Dogs? They beat Parramatta last week. What am I saying?
I know. I'm struggling with this because other than the fact they beat Parramatta last week, I'll be going the Tigers. But they turn up with the same attitude against the Tigers and they'll beat the Tigers.
True.
So I'm probably going the Dogs.
All right.
Okay. You wanted to have a rant.
I want to have a rant. Okay. I haven't had a rant for a while.
No, you haven't.
All right.
He's got to prepare himself.
Something is really annoying me in the game, Steve.
What is
really annoying me?
Speak.
All right. I'm not a particular fan of the 6 again because I think it's a bit ambiguous.
Yep.
One thing that is irritating the living daylights out of me is the offside play from a scrum.
Yeah.
Ball goes into the scrum, and we all know scrums are Mickey Mouse in rugby league.
Yep.
But the defending team is continually offside. And what does the ref do? 6 again. I like scrums in rugby league because they allow the attacking team the opportunity of playing 6-on-6.
Correct.
When the defending team is standing offside and rushing up in defence, we do not get to see that, and it makes them a waste of time. I have a possible solution to this.
And what is that?
And listen to me, Peter.
Peter?
I'm going straight to the top. I'm going to Peter. We need to have your referees sin bin a player if they're offside from a scrum.
No.
Guaranteed.
No.
Guaranteed. It will not happen again.
Why not just give them a penalty instead of a 6 again?
No.
Take 2. Oh, it's a scrum. You can't take a kick from front of the post.
Can't do it. So
no,
look. You know what?
Honestly, there'd be too many.
If they come out and say, as of next week, we're going to bin players who give away a penalty from a scrum, it won't happen. They won't have another scrum penalty.
I disagree. We've been trying to get the head-high tackles out of the game for however long, and they're still happening.
I know.
So,
all right, good point.
I can't see that happening. But what I can see is that there's something they could do. I mean, maybe you're not allowed to hold the ball in the scrum.
Oh, I don't think that's it. That's not why they're doing it. They're just standing offside to reduce the attacking influence.
Well, then give them an extra one. Give them 8 tackles.
Oh.
I think something can be done.
Why don't you want them in the bin?
I think because it's too serious.
No, it's perfect.
Hey, we're screaming when players are a professional foul, don't even go to the bin.
Well, that's true.
Now you're going to have players going to the bin all the time for a scrum?
No, because they won't do it. They won't do it. I guarantee you, if that was the edict, it wouldn't happen again.
Sorry, if Tom was here, he'd tell you you're wrong and you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I think Tom would say... I think Tom would say, Brian, I agree with you. My Roosters back line has a lot of pace and they don't get to use it because Melbourne stand offside.
We don't play Melbourne every week.
Yeah, well, they did last week.
That's true.
All right. Anyway, that's my pet grunt this week.
Okay. All right. Grunt. And that's it?
Yeah, it just annoys me. It really annoys me.
Okay. Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. State of origin.
Yeah?
In the scrum, where...
he was held back for sure. Now, regardless of the fact that Paulo said, I would have got Cherry Evans, I doubt that, mate. Look, you're 120 kilos trying to catch a halfback. Anyway,
but it was a penalty. It was a penalty every day.
It was a penalty every day of the week.
All right. We're going to call this madness to a close. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll do it all again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.